Hello YouTube, let's speak about general topics before discussing return values. We know that the codes are processed from top to bottom, line by line. We also know that if we encounter a function, processing will go to that function block. When the function block ends, the code continues to be processed down from where the function is called. But how will the function block and the rest of the code be linked? What if we need to use the values processed in the function? For questions like this, return statements come into play. We connect with the function block using the return statement. With using return keyword, we can return the desired value in the function. Let's write a function that finds the square of the given number. If return is not used, we will see none when we print the function, because there is no command to call this function back. Imagine that you are throwing a paper plane in one direction. If nobody sends the plane back to you, the plane will not come back to you. You can think that the return statement as a friend who sends the plane back to you. Let's add the return keyword and find the square of a number. Here is our return value, 9. Since we have a general idea about the return statement in our minds, let's talk more about it. We don't write the return type to our function in Python. The return keyword can be used in functions with one or more lines. Here is an example for multiple line function. Here is an example of one-line function. After the return keyword line, the program continues from the line where the function is called. Therefore, any code written will not be processed in the same block after the line with the return keyword. As you can see here, when we run the code, the print function that says testing did not work because it was under the return keyword. There can only be one return statement in a function without conditional blocks. Now, I will show you the use of return in conditional statements and a special feature. A function in Python can be both returnless and returnable. The return type can even be in the form of different variables depending on the condition. Before I show this nice feature to you, let's take a look at the conditional statements with return. In this example, I'm writing a function that returns greater value of two numbers. I deliberately excluded the probability of numbers being equal. Of course, in case of equality, we see none in the output. As you can see, for each condition, there can be at most one return keyword. As we said before, the code after the return line is not processed. Now let me show you the special situation. Now that we have learned the function can be in different types depending on the condition, let's write the remaining space in the previous example. Now when the arguments are not equal, the function will return an integer, and when it's equal, the function will return a string. What will happen if we enter different types as arguments? Will our function work at that case? The answer is sometimes yes, sometimes no. What happens will depend on the content of the function. The function uses different data to compare them. For example, if we input a string as an argument, it compares the Unicode values of the characters. The character with the lower Unicode value is considered to be smaller. Entering a float and integer does not cause a problem with this function. But if we input a string and a number, we will get an error. Since the return statement returns an object, it can return an object that stores multiple values such as a list, a tuple, or a dictionary. In this example, the return type is a tuple. We can also call a function in the return keyworded line. In this function, I simply call the print function and print the parameter. That's it, folks. Now I will put a review screen for you. Thank you for watching.